The Pomona-Pitzer Athletic Department hosted 14 hours of sports on Saturday, beginning with the men's cross-country race, which started at 7:47 a.m. It was actually 2 minutes late due to some starter's pistol issues, so we started at 47 minutes on the hour, appropriate for a Pomona-Pitzer sporting event. And here's the start of the men's race as the competitors head out. At the beginning of the first loop, we see John Fowler coming up, leading the pack. This is still early on in the race as he leads a very, very tight front run, and here he comes around the corner. Ben Gerodius is right up there with him, and these two will run neck and neck near the front of the race the whole way around before finishing up with Gerodius in second and Fowler in third. We'll follow this group around for a little bit as we see more of the Sage Hens go by, as Pomona-Pitzer placed 5 of the top 14 in claiming the team title. And here they are. This is coming into the final loop as Fowler on the left and Gerodius on the right are running 1-2 just ahead of the eventual winner. Espinoza of Vanguard is right behind them, and here they come down the stretch. Espinoza will win the race, but he will be followed closely by a couple Sage Hens as Ben Gerodius is here in second place, followed by John Fowler in third. And as we wait for the next pack to come around the corner, we'll see 2 more Sage Hens finish in the top 10 as Corey Purcella comes in 7th place and Paul Masana comes in 9th. And here comes Purcella crossing in 7th, and Masana also with his top 10 finish crosses in 9th. Sage Hens easily won the team title. And at 8:30 a.m. the women's cross-country race began, and here's our first look at the competitors coming over the hill. They start at the lower soccer field. Almost 200 runners in both the men's and the women's races, as it was the largest Pomona-Pitzer Invitational in the 6-year history of the event. And as the competitors finish this first stretch and head around the turn, we'll skip all the way ahead to the finish line as Maya Weigel earned a top 10 finish, and we'll watch her finishing kick as she moves up from 9th to 8th, catching the competitor in front of her right before the finish line. That concluded the cross-country races as we head now to women's soccer, which was a 1-0 win over Whittier. Here's the only goal of the game as Rachel Keyser feeds Katie Tao, who tucks it inside the left post for the win. Score stayed 1-0 the rest of the way, and here the final seconds of the game tick off as the Sage Hens capture the 1-0 victory. Still early on in our 14 hours of sports, there's an all-day water polo tournament going on, the Gary Troy Memorial Classic, and here's the first Sage Hen match of the day, the opening sprint against Fresno Pacific at 2 p.m. Water polo began first thing in the morning and continued on through 7:30 at night, and we'll show the 3 different goal scorers from Pomona-Pitzer's 7-5 defeat to Fresno Pacific. Here's a goal from Tommy Turner on a 6-on-5 as he tucks it inside the left post. Next, we'll skip ahead to the second half as Stephen Vince scores one of his 2 goals on a counter. And finally, we'll wrap it up with Neil Forsythe's one of his 2 goals on the day as he beats the goalie across cage. Sage Hens won later in the day against Washington Jefferson 9-7. Here's the first serve of volleyball against Caltech at 6:05 as Jessica Flynn starts things off with an ace. Samantha Quesada Diaz with a tip kill here. She had 10 kills in 11 attempts on the day for a .909 hitting percentage. And this is match point as Natalie Martin, the libero, gets a nice dig there, and Ellen Yamasaki gets this kill as Caltech is unable to dig the ball and keep it in play. That's 5 of the 6 home sporting events now completed as we close out the day with football and the opening kickoff at 7:05 against Redlands. Oliver Cornelius Knudsen takes the kickoff for the Sage Hens as Redlands returns it. The Sage Hens got a drive late in the first half as Luke Lowell here finds tight end Sean Mulcahy over the middle for a 21-yard gain down to the Redlands 9-yard line. 4 plays later, the Sage Hens facing 4th down on the goal line, and Luke Lowell sneaks it over the line. There's a delayed call here as the officials talk it over and take a look, and finally their hands go up, signaling a touchdown as the Sage Hens enter the half down just 19-7 to Redlands. Here we are late in the game now as Nelson Cole gets an interception here, stepping in front of a pass from Kevin Russell of Redlands, but Redlands went on to win, and the final horn blew at 9:47, again 47 minutes after the hour.